Apopka Elementary 4th grade families. Thank you for watching our open house video. We would love to share some exciting and important information about this school year with you.
Our school starts every day at 8:45 a.m. And on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, students will be dismissed at 3 o'clock p.m. On Wednesday, it is early dismissal day, and students will be released at 2:15 p.m.
Hi, just to let you know, you have two teachers this year. You have the reading teacher and a math teacher. The math teacher also teaches science and social studies. The reading teacher teaches reading and writing. So please make sure you communicate with those teachers.
At Apopka Elementary, students need to follow these guidelines for success. FLIP, our school mascot, stands for Focus on My Learning, Lead by Example, In Control of My Success, Positive Attitude. And if scholars follow these, they are fantastic. Your house is like a family at school, a team who conquers challenges together. Your house will help each other and celebrate together. Earn Class Dojo points to help support your house.
Class Dojo is a school communication platform that we use every day to build a close-knit community by sharing what's being learned while in class or virtually. Please make sure to set up your notifications on your device so you are notified when we send a direct message or post an announcement on the grade level storyboard.
Please check for your scholars' homework to be posted every Monday. If you are a LaunchEd student, please upload your homework onto Canvas. Students should be reading every night for 30 minutes and practicing their multiplication facts.
Hi parents, make sure you are checking your student grades on Skyward. To access Skyward, please go to ocps.net, find the Skyward link, and follow the directions from there. If you have an issue, please contact the office with an updated phone number and email address.
Attendance is submitted daily. As mentioned previously, Block 1 begins at 8:45 and Block 2 begins at 11:30. Scholars that are not actively participating in their LaunchEd course will be marked absent. Please note that 10 tardies will count as an absence, and all excused absence notes must be turned into the front office. If your child is present for the first block but does not return for the second block, this will be counted as an early dismissal.
Our digital learning platform for this year is Canvas. Canvas is where all students, even if they are face-to-face, will find assignments and tests that are given throughout the school year. Many assignments available on Canvas must be authorized using the student Google email. All students already have a Google email. It is their student ID at students.ocps.net, and their password is the year, month, day of their birthday.
Apopka Elementary follows Orange County Public Schools policy on grading. The grading scale is on the slide. Students receiving less than a passing grade or below a 70 will relearn and retest. Please remember that grades given are the grades earned.
EPIC is a great online resource for your scholar to read books at home during school hours. Your teacher has a class code that is linked to your student where they can go on and read AR books and watch informational videos all throughout the day.
Prodigy is designed to engage students using adaptive technology to cater to individual student needs. It identifies gaps in student understanding and provides practice before moving on to more difficult skills. Prodigy connects in-class learning to at-home math practice.
This year, we will be using an immersive math program called Zern Math. Students must have a username and password and class code to be able to access this program. This information is provided by their math teacher and must be written in the front of their math composition notebook. Khan Academy is another great online resource that we will be using this year. If students haven't already, they will need to create an account using their Google email and the class code provided on the slide. An additional follow-up video at the end of this video will be provided if students need assistance logging in.
iReady is an online learning platform that centers around the student's individual level for reading and math. Students will be required to complete 45 minutes of reading lessons and 45 minutes of math lessons each week.
Performance Matters is an online testing and data portal for students and educators. Student assessment software allows us to accurately gauge student mastery of grade level knowledge and skills. Using data from Performance Matters allows us to reevaluate and retest students. Individual student data and progress will be shared with parents throughout the year.
Here are just some of the educational materials we will be using this year. All reading and math materials for Launch Ed students have been available for pickup in the front office and are required for the Launch Ed platform. We ask that all Launch Ed and face-to-face scholars are prepared for learning with the necessary items on our school supply list.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the academic notebooks. You need 6 of those. 1 for science, 1 for math, 1 for social studies. You need 2 for reading, which is RL and RI, and 1 for writing. Get those academic notebooks.
All medical concerns and medications must have doctor's notes and be turned in to Miss Murray, our clinic tech.
Lunch and recess for face-to-face students as well as Launch Ed students will be daily from 10:45 to 11:30. Specials each week consist of art and music for 1 day each week and 3 days of PE.
The OCPS mobile app is available on all Android and Apple devices for parents and students to communicate and stay connected with very important Orange County Public School information.
Apopka Elementary is no longer accepting cash for any sort of payments. Please use School Pay. You can find School Pay on the Launchpad application.
Our scholars are highly encouraged to wear school uniforms. And if you are participating in the Launch Ed at home, you should also be wearing school-appropriate attire at all times. I encourage you to become a PTA member so we can work together to provide a better learning experience for all of our scholars here at Apopka Elementary. Be sure to stay connected with Apopka Elementary School on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching. If you have any further questions, feel free to send a Class Dojo message to your child's homeroom teacher. At this time, we would like to share some additional resources with you on how to access Canvas and some login information for Google emails and Khan Academy accounts. I would like to now share with you how to navigate through Canvas to find different assignments and information that is available to your scholars. Scholars access Launchpad by going to launch.ocps.net. They will then be prompted to enter their student ID number and their password, which is the year, month, day. Year, 4 numbers, month, 2 numbers, day, 2 numbers. Then they will click on Sign In. This will take them to what we refer to as their OCPS dashboard. From here, they have a multitude of resources available to them, such as iReady, we use often, Reflex Math. They also have what we call their backpack that they can click on. Here they will find Think Central that has their digital books and Studies Weekly for social studies. We're going to go ahead and go back to the OCPS dashboard. The main area of importance is Canvas. This is where their Launch Ed and digital resources are for face-to-face students and Launch Ed students. They would click on Canvas and it'll bring up what we call their dashboard. On their dashboard, they have classes assigned to them. Some students might have it set up to where it looks like this, which is called Card View, or they may also have List View. Okay, Card View and List View still provide them with the same information. I happen to like Card View, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on at this time. Now, on their Canvas dashboard are their classes. First, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to visit this Scholars Reading course. They may differ visually slightly, but they all include the same information. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to Courses, Dashboard, to get back to Math. This is where I would like to show you some of the different resources that are available that your teachers will reference through Launch Ed and face-to-face. Announcements is important. This is where you will find what important information that has come up quickly that the teacher needs to share with you. Discussions is a place for you to be able to ask questions related to your homework. Grades. This is where you will be able to see whether or not your assignments have been turned in or are missing. So you can see here, these say missing, okay? And you can also tell if you have turned in your assignments. This little piece of notebook paper here indicates that this assignment has been turned in. And this will turn into a number when it has been graded. You should always check grades to make sure that you do not have any missing assignments. Conferences is where you are to attend your live lessons. If there is a live lesson available, it'll show up in the new conference section. Concluded conferences are also available if the teacher has recorded information for you to view at a later time. Teachers record information so that students can go back and review the content that was taught that day after school hours if needed. Assignments is a very important tab. This is where you are able to access your assignments for the given subject that you are in. Both face-to-face students and Launch Ed students turn in their assignments through the Assignment tab. You can see there are past assignments, and you can see that there are upcoming or current assignments. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on our assignment from yesterday. All assignments have the directions and pictures of what is to be expected of the scholar when doing their assignment. This was a rounding numbers assignment. It was 2 pages. This page and this page were the actual pages that were turned in. I give directions on how to access your assignment, how to make it larger for you if you cannot see it, explicit instructions on completing the assignment, and turning in your assignment. Down at the bottom is where you click to access the actual assignment. This is a Google document, and students do have to log in with their Google email, which is their student ID at students.ocps.net, and their password is the year, month, day. No other Google accounts can be logged on to the computer because it does interfere with the authorization. Our assignments can only be accessed with OCPS Google email accounts. Once you have authorized the account, it will show up like this. This is where I referred to making it larger so that you are able to view. You can click on View, Zoom, and go to 100%. This makes it able to see easier. Some math assignments are drag and drop. This means you will have to click and drag the answer where you want it to go. Some assignments are fill in the blank. Each question mark is a text box that can be filled in. You double click and it activates the text box to allow you to type your number. Once you have completely finished your assignment, you will press Submit in the top right-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner, it will put what we call a timestamp to let you know when you have submitted that assignment. You can then go ahead and exit. That is how you can submit that type of assignment. So then you are able to see that it has not been graded yet, but it has been submitted. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the home page now. And share this information with you as well. On our home page, we have right here where you can click here for the printables. If your scholar is missing one of the printed assignments and they are participating in Launch Ed, this is where you will have access to be able to go and print those assignments from home. To join class each day, your scholar needs to click on Conferences. I have also placed here the digital version of the Go Math book. And for any reason that we might get disconnected, because it does happen, your scholar would click here for their assignment that they would need to complete if we are not able to do our live virtual lesson. They are always able to practice on iReady, Zearn, and Reflex Math if we get disconnected at any time. Going ahead to go back to the home page. Additional information is provided on each of these tabs. If you click on the Math tab, you can see here that there is a weekly schedule. This is what our block schedule looks like and the different activities that we do during each hour of our block. Additional resources, Khan Academy, LearnZillion, Prodigy, Virtual Nerd is wonderful for homework help. We will use Dynamath later on in the year. We use Zearn, and Study Jams are wonderful review videos. Multiplication is a required skill that scholars should know in 4th grade, being that they have them memorized. Here is an article on the importance of multiplication memorization, and we will be working on our multiplication challenge. We call it Game On 4th grade. If you need additional resources and extra help for your homework, it is broken down by our standards that we are currently teaching, and there are additional resources available here that you can click on to help with our topic that we are currently on. All topics are available and additional resources. The Homework tab is where your scholar can find their homework for each week. There is a Go Math assignment. They are to be working on the memorization of their multiplication facts, and they are to complete 3 Zearn lessons. Help. This is where your scholar can click if they need to ask a question about their homework. Our daily schedule. If you need to contact your instructor, our quarterly newsletters are available for you to view. Also, it is broken down by topic and what we will focus on in each quarter. Then this is information about your actual math instructor. This is the information that was provided when we completed our Meet the Teacher. Welcome to 4th grade. Here is where you can find our welcome letter, our welcome video, our welcome pamphlet, information about your specific teacher. This is where you can find our school supply list that is very imperative that the scholars have, whether they are face-to-face or Launch Ed, and the sorting of the school supplies for face-to-face students. And then finally, there is a tab where your scholars can find the link to Microsoft Teams for each of their specials areas. So that is a tour of our math online course. Both science and social studies look very similar. This is a place where all information is housed regarding our courses. Assignments is an important tab. It is very important that you make sure that you get your assignments completed and turned in. And If we are working on them in class and you run out of time, you can still press submit and you can go back to the document later and it'll save where you left off and you can continue working where you left off. Conferences also very important. You can find recorded lessons and the live lesson for that day. It is very important that the scholars make sure that they arrive at 8:45 a.m. for their morning block and remain in class and focused for the entire duration of that class. Then their second block returns at 11:30, and they need to remain in that course and focused the entire time. So that is our tour of our Canvas courses and our dashboard. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you very much for your support in this learning. To create a Khan Academy account, your scholar will need to go to www.khanacademy.org/join. Once they have gone to that, they will be prompted to enter the class code. Our class code is AMDPFG6V. They will click on Continue. They will be prompted to create a new account. They will need to create a new account if they have not already done so far this year. They'll then be prompted to put their birthday.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Then they will be prompted to either sign up by choosing a username, which we are not going to do. We are going to continue with Google. Once it opens Google, they are going to click on signing in with their Google email address, which is studentid@students.ocps.net, replacing student ID with their actual 480 or 504 number. Then they will click Next. Their password is the year they were born, the month they were born, and the day they were born. Then they will click Next. This will give them access to Khan Academy.
Hello, class families. My name is Victoria Metai. I teach math, science, and social studies for 4th grade at Apopka Elementary. I wanted to go ahead and take this time to show you how to log in using your Google account. So this year for 4th grade, your child will have a variety of activities to submit through their Google account. We use things like Google Docs, Google Slides, so they will need access to these assignments and they must be logged in with their Google account. So for example, under their math course, we had an assignment scheduled from Wednesday, dated September 2nd, and it was on rounding numbers. So this assignment requires them to access their Google account in order to complete this assignment. The directions are on this page on how to access this assignment. The directions state to click on the button all the way at the bottom of the page that looks like this example. You may need to authorize your Google account. Yes, if you are getting a notice that you need to authorize your Google account, you must sign in, and you will only do this once. Once you have done it once, then you should be good to go for future assignments. You need to log in with the student email. Your student email will be your student number at students.ocps.net. Please note that students is plural. The password will be their birthday in the format of 4-digit year, 2-digit month, 2-digit day.
You will click on Authorize and then allow access. Now, hint, no other personal Google account can be used to access these assignments. So mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever's using the computer, you may not log in using your own personal Google account. The directions are here, turning in your assignment. You will then click Submit. All right, so I'm just going to refresh my screen because I had it opened just a few moments ago. And here it is. It says load rounding numbers. So we're going to click on that and it will open up in a new page. So over here right away it says you need access. And the reason you need access is because the person is not logged into their Google account. So I want to go ahead and direct your attention over here to the top right-hand corner. This is me logged in and I don't have access to the student account. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And I am going to sign in. You can go ahead and sign in. I'm going to click add. I do have a student account already set up, but I'm going to go ahead and add a person to show you how to do this. You can pick an icon if you wish. Let's go with cheese. I'm going to click add. You're going to name the person. So go ahead and add it with your first and last name. I'm just going to put in student number 2 since this will be my second account. I'm going to click add. All right, so make Chrome your own. Get started. I'm going to go ahead and skip this for now. Continue. And now it will be for signing in with your Google account. Okay, so once again, remember it's going to be your student number. So I'm going to use a demo. At students.ocps.net. Click next. And now the password will be the student's birthday in the format of 4-digit year, 2-digit month, and 2-digit day. Clicking next. Okay. You may choose to go ahead and link data. I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so once again, we're going to go back to Launch because it opened up in a new browser for me. And I'm going to use my same student number and password to log in. All right. So now I am going to access my Canvas course. I'm in my dashboard, so I have a good view of all of my courses. I'm going to scroll down to math. I'm going to click on assignments. And now I'm going to go back to that assignment that we were just in. So it was rounding. There it is on top. Okay. All right, so once again, load into a new window. And keep in mind, I have been logged into my Google account. You might need to authorize. Okay, so now it brings you to this page. It says, you need to authorize this integration in order to use it. Please sign into your Google account. You will only need to do this once. So you're logged into your Google account with the computer, with the browser, and now we're going to go ahead and log in over here. Just wanted to double check that it is correct. Notice that it says @students.ocps.net. Click next. I'm going to go ahead and put in my password. And like I said, once you do this once, you will not have to do it again. I'm going to click next. Just give it a few moments. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and click allow. And it was successful. And now I have my assignment up. So once again, if your child is struggling with accessing their assignments, they need to first sign into their Google account on the computer. And like I said, you only need to do this once. They may not sign in under their parents' or anybody else's Google account. They must be under their own. It has to be an OCPS Google account. All right, so here I have my assignment. The directions are up here. I do want to just bring your attention over here because this was another question. There's a magnifying glass. If you click on that, you are able to zoom in, okay? And then you would also be able to zoom out. All right, so you can make it up to 50%, 100%, or even 200%, and then you can zoom in and out. I just wanted to show that tool that would come in use when you're doing these assignments. So once you authorize your account, you will only need to do that once, and your child should be good to go. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to your teacher, and we look forward to a successful and wonderful year.